Guess what? You hear the music, right?
We hear it.
Music. Yeah, you know what's going on. Right, Deb? Where are you? Yeah.
Hello.
Another edition of Skip Happens, everybody. Skip Clark, your host. And I hate the camera thing here. My good friend Deb Lamphere, the official country music fan club. And tonight, I like this. I got to make sure I do this right. Look at these two ladies over here.
There you go.
There
You did it.
I did. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had the pleasure to meet with them a few times. Nashville, they came through on the radio tour a couple of years ago. And now, of course, we've been kind of put on hold because of everything that's been going on. But I want y'all to say hello to the Ashley sisters. We've got Lauren and we've got Marlo.
Hey. Welcome.
Good. So good to see you guys. Wow, it's been a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh, absolutely. Wow, how long is it? Well, we weren't in Nashville this past February, so it had to be like a year ago.
Last February, at least that I saw you all last, and we were together. So I don't think they've been through this area since.
Wait a minute, we sat and talked to them in front of the fireplace at the Omni, right? Did we do a little interview thingy?
Yeah.
I think
that was a lot of fun.
Wait, they were part of the initiation of our podcast life. If you think about it, you guys were there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I feel honored.
Yeah.
So do we.
So I know, I'm excited. That's awesome.
You know, it's so good to see you. You guys look great. You haven't changed a bit. Not like it's been a real long time, but you guys look great. Where are you? Describe your surroundings right now. Where are you, first of all?
We're in the basement. And we have like a lovely pink background.
I like it.
And this is actually a keyboard here, but we made this little keyboard shirt.
It actually fits like exactly. And it's the same color as the background.
We fastened it, and we've actually been doing a lot of sewing since.
Oh, do you enjoy sewing?
It's fun. Yeah, you can create whatever you want. You can be super creative. You can, follow a pattern or do your own thing. I love it.
And I've been doing it by hand, so that's extra hard.
Really? You don't have a sewing machine, you do it all by hand.
Yeah, we do it all by hand.
I think my mom has one, but I've been actually just doing it by hand because it's kind of nice to like be doing, I don't know, tactile work while you're like watching TV or something else.
Right.
It's therapeutic.
It is. It really is.
Wow. That's cool. So that fits right over the keyboard.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
And you're in the basement.
Yes, we are.
At your house.
Yes, we are.
Which is where?
Right now, we're living with our parents in Canada. We're usually coming to Nashville all the time, but we can't now.
No, you can't. They won't let you cross the border, correct?
No, we're not allowed to go anywhere, and we're actually on lockdown now. Our country's a little bit behind the States with vaccinating.
Wow.
Are you vaccinating at all?
They've started. My grandmother just got it this week, so yeah.
Wow. Now, what part of? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Deb. Go ahead.
I was just curious what part of Canada, because it's such a big.
Yeah, we're actually really close to New York. We're in Toronto, so it's pretty close. Yeah.
I'd say we'd come and visit, but we wouldn't be able to get across the border.
Or if we got over, we might not get back.
Well, that's not such a bad thing.
I know. No responsibility.
I'm sure you've missed your home, though.
Oh, I know. I got a lot going on here, Zach and the dogs and my wife. So, yeah, absolutely right. So you're just outside of Toronto, and what have you guys been doing with all this pandemic and everything's going on? You got the lockdown. How have you guys been handling all that?
We're trying to stay motivated as possible. We've been writing music. We've been rhinestoning all of our instruments. I have here my pink microphone. I was rhinestoning, and Lauren's microphone. And Lauren plays bass, so she has her bass guitar rhinestoned. I have a guitar rhinestone. So we've been doing like tons of rhinestoning, and we've been writing music. And I've actually learned how to fry chicken. It's my grandmother's recipe, and my mom was doing it for a while, and then I was just like, I really want to learn how, so we've been doing that. It's been nice.
Well, at least you've had a place to go. You left Nashville. You're back, what you call, even though Nashville is now like a new home to you, but because of everything. So you're back at home,
Yes.
the real home, and maybe just learning how to do some things. But you've, like you said, you've had a lot of time to write a lot of music, I would assume.
Yeah, we've been actually really busy writing music and also like honing our craft, just like practicing vocals and practicing as often as we can. We've actually been really busy because our single came out, I'll Get You
Mhm.
Back Again. And
Yes.
so that's been exciting. We have a lyric video out for it, which you can find on all social medias, as well as there will be another special thing coming out with the single. And we actually have not revealed this yet. So I don't know if I'm like spoiling it or anything, but it
Wow.
will be coming out within the next month. So
Very.
So wait, if we close our ears and we don't, maybe you could tell us. I'll just listen later.
Yeah, we can get it later. You don't have to tell us. I totally understand that. But tell us about the new single. Is it I'll Get Over You? No,
I'll
I
get
want
you
you
back
back again.
again.
I want you
I'll get
back
you
again.
back
I was thinking
again.
of something else. I want you back again.
I'll get you back again.
Okay, I'll get you back again.
Mhm.
All right. I guess I should read my notes, but that's my bad. But is that a personal is that personal experience that you have written about?
So it actually is very common experience. I feel like a lot of people have, and we felt it was really important to actually write about it because you talk about breaking up and dating all the time in country music, but what you don't really hear a lot is how it affects you in the cyber world, on the internet, on social media. So we felt it was really important to write this song, and it's definitely happened to people I know, and not as far as every lyric has happened to me, but I've definitely experienced how it feels to be having to deal with, all of these emotions online, and especially when they're still on social media. Like, you still see your ex on social media regardless if you've already broken up. So
yeah, I think also with this time now during, people have to stay home, I
Mhm.
feel like technology and being online is more prevalent. So people are dating online and people are breaking up with phone calls, and it's crazy because you can actually still see unless you're blocked, but you can still see like your ex online, and
Uh,
I feel like that's typical for people to actually go and see what they're doing now and maybe try to
mm,
get them back
I don't know.
again.
I know, but if it's one of those bad breakups, it's like either you block them, you delete them, or you just kind of, him or her, and you just kind of, you don't want anything to do with them. You don't want them to know anything that you're doing as well. So,
Well,
Right.
I would say in the relationship, there's usually one person that will kind of, be okay, I'll get rid of you on social media. But I bet you the other person will always try to find a way through someone else's page or something to try to find out what's going on in their life.
yeah.
I've
Where there's a
seen.
will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep. And
So true.
it's that little evilness that comes out.
Mhm.
It's like, I'll find out.
But that's a great topic. I mean, that hasn't been touched on much in country music. I think there's maybe a few lines here and there. I don't think there's whole songs dedicated to that whole concept, but it's a real thing.
Yeah. I'll
It
get
is
you
really.
back again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to play it. To be honest with you, and we talked off, before we went on with the mics and the cameras, but it is a good song. I just wasn't reading my notes earlier, and that, so I do apologize for that. I'm kind of embarrassed, actually. I should know all that, and I don't know. I'm having one of those nights, but and let's talk
but you
about your
remember it
beginning.
now.
I do. No, I haven't. I haven't. Let's talk about your beginnings. How did it all start for you, ladies?
So our grandparents were musicians, actually.
Yeah, our grandfather, he played the saxophone and clarinet in big bands growing up, and our grandmother is a singer, so she would always be having music around us, and same with our grandfather. And unfortunately, it did skip a generation, so our mom doesn't sing, but she does enjoy it. So it's really nice to have that support in the
Mhm.
family. And we know that it comes in our blood. It's in your
So you've just
blood.
been doing it. And how about the
Yeah.
songwriting side of things?
Well, Lauren's been writing songs for a really long time, and when I was young, I was just watching her writing songs and loving it. And I wrote a poem, and I didn't put it to music yet. And I asked Lauren, "Oh, do you want to put it to music?" And that was the first song we ever wrote.
Yeah, that's the first song we wrote together. So it's crazy.
How many years apart are you two?
3.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I have to ask a
Uh-oh.
sisterly thing. Do you get sick of each other? I mean, you don't have to answer it like, yeah, we do. But I mean, isn't it hard? You're working together, you're living together, your sisters together. Even in real life and marriages and stuff, it's like you need a break from each other here and there. So, you guys overall,
People are shocked at like the amount of time that we do spend together and the fact that we are like so close. So when people ask us that, obviously there are situations where we do disagree, but it isn't to the point
she's
where
laughing.
I'm not talking to. It's like we will end up talking to each other later that day, and we'll end up just like watching a Netflix show together. And it just because we love each other so much, and we don't always have the same opinion, but we do respect each other's opinions. So
Well,
That's the way it should be. You have to have differences of opinion. It's just that some people in a relationship, whether you're brother, sister, husband and wife, people in this business, I mean, it's hard if you don't agree. You have to be able to talk about it and work it out, especially for success. So that's awesome.
that makes for great songs too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just so able to be able to hear each other out and
Yeah.
be open with each other, that it's been really nice to be able to do that with somebody and write songs.
Plus, there's a trust factor there. I feel you can't trust anybody more than your own blood, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you fight over clothes?
Yes.
well, like,
I'm wearing that top today. You're not.
I don't know if it's the way that you're thinking we fight over clothes. I'm not sure.
Well, you're probably pretty close in size. So if you've got a top that she likes and she wears it one day without asking you, I mean, that's just, it doesn't matter how old you get, you're still sisters. I have daughters. They've grown up, they've moved on, they've gotten married and everything. But I can remember those days. And even if they were together nowadays, they'd still be fighting over the clothes. I just know it.
I think it's inevitable.
Yeah. Those are my shoes. You can't wear my shoes today. Well, you're not going to wear them today. I know, but I don't want you to wear them. So I don't know.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I know.
How it is.
I get it. I get it. You know what I like? I mean, you guys are so I don't know if I'm using the right word here, but you're adorable. Look at you. And you got the pink backgrounds, you got the white headphones, you both got your own mic. One's got rhinestones in it. I can just tell that you love what you do, and you've got a lot of passion for this. If you didn't have the passion, you wouldn't be doing all this. We may still be doing an interview, but I can tell that you're really into it just by, the white headphones and everything around you right now, the whole atmosphere. It's pretty cool. So we got the new song. We got the new song that's out there. Let's talk about some of the older songs. What was your very first song on the radio?
Reckless.
Right.
Yeah.
That I do remember very well. Because I remember we played that on the Wolf, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think that was when you came through with the radio tour.
That is where we came through with the radio tour. I remember the first time coming into your place. And I think you had like a dentist appointment that day, but they ended up finishing faster than you thought they would. And at one point you couldn't do the interview, and then you were able to, and we were excited to see you. And
were you able to talk, Skip, or was your mouth all numb?
I had saliva dripping out of the side of my mouth, and it was just, but we got through it okay.
No, you were good.
I was good. I was good. I was good.
It was a great interview. I remember going into the room, and it was fun.
Yeah, the place is pretty old. And well, remember you come into our building, and that's where Dick Clark started. I think we told you the whole story about that in the conference room. Studios are older, although the equipment's pretty good. But you know what I mean? It's just the whole ambience of that place. And to know that so many radio people have, gone through that building. Even musicians have been in and out of that building back in the day. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow. I love the history. I love that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. I love finding historical places and
Mhm.
checking them out.
Now, you said you guys were in complete lockdown, so you can't go out and play anywhere. You can't do any of that.
No, we haven't seen our friends in months.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's been hard, but we hopefully we see a light somewhere
Hmm, hmm.
soon.
I can't imagine. We were never really on a complete lockdown, were we? I mean, restaurants had takeout and
Yeah, we have that too. We have takeout restaurants, and you can
Mhm,
go to the grocery store and doctor's appointments, which is good.
mhm,
But I think in the very beginning, I was remembering those 2 weeks where there was no doctors, there was
Oh, nothing. Yeah.
nothing,
mhm,
and it's just crazy to think that we've actually been through something like this. Like
mhm,
February 2020, when we saw you at CRS, I would
Mhm,
have never ever
mhm,
expected anything
mhm.
like this happening. We were joking around in the lobby, and
mhm.
then all of a sudden a month later, boom,
The
you
world
know.
has changed.
You know,
Wow.
a lot of people, and I guess it happens every year, but we get back from what we call CRS, the Country Radio Seminar. And that, if people don't know what that is, it's where people like Deb and I go to meet people like the Ashley sisters, Lauren and Marlo,
Mhm,
and a lot of many different artists and record labels and radio execs. I mean, anybody that's anybody is there. That's what that's about. It's a big convention. It's awesome though, because we all learn a lot. We all get to know each other. We all get drunk together. We all and we spent many a night at bar lines in the Omni Hotel.
mhm,
But after every year, it seems like a lot of people get sick. I don't know if they just wear their bodies out for
Really?
4 days.
mhm,
But then this year, when all that started, I figured, okay, it's just typical. A lot of people get sick after CRS, but I'm really kind of wondering if a lot of that was
mhm.
Right.
Wow,
it's
that's
COVID.
crazy.
I don't know, but it
It's
happens a lot. Yeah.
Were you okay when you came back?
Oh, I was fine.
Okay, good.
It was what year was it, Deb? Though,
yeah.
remember, all of a sudden I was having. I don't want to gross everybody out, but I was having some stomach pains,
Mhm,
and I got through CRS. And when you fly on the
mhm,
planes nowadays, especially you guys with all the traveling that you would do, these planes aren't very big.
mhm,
You're in like just a regional jet, and the seat is tiny, and when I got back in Syracuse, I could barely stand up.
mhm.
So I went to the doctors the next day, and I ended up having surgery for a hernia. And yeah, that was what, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah, I wanna say it's almost 5 years now, but gosh, I so remember that. Jeez, these years just fly right by though.
They
Yeah,
really do.
yeah, they
But
do. So tell us
yeah.
about you have an EP that's out, right?
We have 4 songs
Five.
out, 5 songs out,
Okay. That
and
yeah.
you can find that online. And we have yet to release compile our singles yet. We're thinking about doing an EP or a CD or what that would mean. So we're not too sure.
Hmm, hmm. So, but if they go, I've put your website. Let me.
I see it. It's
Wait,
actually right under our
I know,
there it
picture.
is.
kidding around.
Oh my god, this is such a challenge for us. Every show,
Yes.
we try to do something with our fingers and we screw it up every time.
I,
You
you
know that,
Well,
Skip?
got
We
one
do.
time you're gonna get it.
see,
Well,
yeah, no, you just have to
you're
go
our
the opposite.
teacher.
I know.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, see, they could do it. They could do it easily. Must be us with our age or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. So, let's talk about. I mean, not only music, but I know who was it? Marlo. You did a little radio work as well.
Yes, I love radio. I started in my college and had a show for 3 years
Hmm,
doing country. So it was tons of fun. And then I went to university for it.
hmm,
And then we started doing this. So it's crazy how it all turned out.
hmm. But
Mm.
it's kind of all connected.
It is all connected. It is. And
Yeah.
it was really good training ground because as I was writing questions and now I'm answering the questions. So it's kind of
Right.
cool.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, and I think it's an advantage to somebody like you because you did like work my side of things. So
Mhm.
sometimes where certain questions are coming from or why. You know both sides of it, and I think that's an advantage to you being a musician and knowing that you're going to be talking to radio people, so you get all that.
Definitely, and I love radio, so
Mhm.
it's really an awesome experience to be visiting radio stations and instead of being stationed at one, I suppose, radio station, I can go around to so many. So it's been
How
really
cool
nice.
is that?
Yeah, it's also an option for the future because if you think about like Kix Brooks and Tracy Lawrence and some others that have started out, still artists, of
It could
course, but they have their own show.
It could be
What's that?
it could be the top 25 countdown with Marlo Ashley.
I like
There you
that.
go.
We need to get that recording because that was really well done.
Really nice.
I don't know about that. What about you, Lauren? What have you have you, besides music, is there anything that you have done?
Besides music, well, I've always been into like the performing arts. So I was
Okay.
really big into dance, we actually both did dance competitions. And then I cheered for a professional football team for 4 years. So that was a lot of fun. And we won the cup on my last year.
No
And
way.
so that was super exciting. I was on the field when we won, and you get the ring, and the whole experience was just
Yeah. Can we
phenomenal.
can we ask who you cheered for?
I cheered for the Toronto Argonauts, so it's football CFL.
Yeah, no, I've heard of them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
How
Which
cool.
it's crazy because like Canada actually was football before
Mhm.
States, but now I think it's
Yes.
bigger in the States than in Canada.
Mhm. So obviously, why don't you do that anymore? Just because you have a love for the music?
Well, usually we are touring. This year
Right.
is a little bit different, but I don't think anything's going on this year. I don't
No,
know if
that's
they
true.
have cheerleaders or they
Right.
don't have fans in the stands or anything like that. So it's a whole different kind of year.
Mhm, mhm. Wow. How cool is that? So you traveled with the team when you back then and all
We
that?
did do like playoff games for traveling, but we didn't travel with them on all the other games. So
No idea.
yeah, it was cool. And I've been to a bunch of different places and a bunch of different Grey Cups. So that's really
Are
exciting.
you a fan
A fan?
of the Toronto team, the Argonauts?
Yeah, of course. They're
I just
great.
or football, let's just say football in general. Are you a football fan?
I have to say I'm more into hockey.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
than football. I still do love football, but I love hockey a lot more. Like I'll watch all the games, and Marlo and I, that's one of our disagreements. She will
Oh,
say, "Let's watch this," and I'll be like, "No, but like there's a hockey game on that I want to watch." And so we go back and forth, and sometimes I'll end up watching the game, and sometimes I'll end up watching something else, and I'll just pin it on my phone for the score.
Mhm.
So we make it work. We compromise.
So, like I say, you've been doing a lot of writing. Have you done a lot over Zoom, or it's just you guys, the sisters, you two sitting down and writing, or do you hook up with other people like over here in the States, Nashville? Have you done any Zoom writes?
So we write all our own music and lyrics. So
Okay.
we're not doing any Zoom writing.
Right. So it's all you.
It's all us, yes.
Yeah, but we do have a process. So first we write the song.
Okay.
Then my mom has to hear it. Not has to hear it, but she listens to it.
Love
If
it.
she's like, okay, because sometimes you need an outside opinion. And then she'll be like, okay, I'm digging that song, or I don't know about it. So if she's digging it, then it goes on to the next stage. We'll play it for my grandmother. And then she'll be like, okay, I love the song. There hasn't been too many where she's like, I don't know about. I feel like she likes mostly everything. She's super supportive,
Uh-huh.
and we love her. And then we'll take it to our producer, and then at that stage, does it pass to go on the record or to get recorded, or not there? So it's crazy how many steps we actually take to be able to say, okay, does it work for other people and not just for us? Because we obviously fall in love with the song because we wrote it,
Mhm.
but it also has to appeal to other people. We also
That
consider that.
makes a
So
ton of sense, Lauren.
yeah,
Absolutely. Because I
yeah,
mean,
it
why would you
disappears.
spend all this time and effort in something? You may love it, but if the majority of the other people say, I don't know, you need to go back to the drawing board on
mhm.
this or something, why you want it to be right. You want to make sure that people like it. And maybe you need to tweak it or rewrite a line in it or something. you know.
Exactly. And it's nice because my mom has been around music for most of her
Mhm,
life, and
mhm,
my
mhm.
grandmother has been around music her whole life. So I guess my mom has been around music her whole life then. So
Yeah,
I guess they've been around music their whole lives.
Yeah, there you
whole
go.
life.
So it's just
It's
nice to
nice.
have their opinion and for them to say, love that, change that one part.
Mhm.
That's not as strong as the last song you wrote. Just little things like that. So we definitely vibe off their feedback and we go from there.
I'm reading some of the comments here, and it looks like you've already got a new fan because Gordy posted, "Oh my God, what a sound they have! Good sound." So,
Thanks, Gordy.
in checking out your website and listening to your music. So there you go. You've already made a new fan. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Thank
Do you get together as a family and sing? I mean, because it seems like everybody's got the musical background.
Well, we do. We have a brother and he sings as well. So it's fun. We'll do like a little jam together and sometimes my grandmother will join in.
Oh, how nice. How
So
nice.
it's a lot of fun. We have our family jams.
That is cool. How old's your brother?
He's 26.
He's like yeah, he's in his 20s. Yeah, so
That's a sister. I don't know.
Somewhere up there. He's
Yeah.
in his 20s.
have to like count from his university, like that's it's like how many years has he been in this program?
Mhm.
No, but yeah, so he's in his 20s and he's great. He went to school for he studied history, but he was
Nice.
in the opera society, so he sang opera music. So it's like
Oh, wow.
very different from country.
Yeah, but if you can do that, the range you have to have with your voice to do opera.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's funny because when we were little, we would like carry around a boom box and we would sing together in a tent that like my mom had in the basement. And so I feel like we obviously influenced each other and like each other's sound as well, which is crazy. So even though he's not part of the group, he's definitely an influence in the group.
Absolutely. The whole family. That's pretty cool. What about in Canada per se as the Ashley sisters? I mean, you've had a song on the radio here. You've got more songs coming out. Same thing for Canada. Is it working the same over there or no?
Yeah, we've put out music to Canada as well. And it's just about building our fan base
Mhm,
and building our support. And it's really nice to have you guys support us in the States. And that's where we're heading.
mhm.
You got to love Nashville.
Oh yeah, who doesn't, right?
Mm.
Hmm.
Who doesn't?
So do you have an apartment in Nashville and you just decided to come back, stay home for the pandemic, or do you go back and forth?
We go back and forth. Yeah.
So it made it an easy choice to have to be home.
Yeah, I mean it's hard because we're not there. So I
Mhm.
know there's a lot of stuff still happening there, even though I
Mhm.
think they go in and out of lockdown. I'm not
Mhm.
too sure, but I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, they're opening up more now, but
Like that's good. I think everyone's gonna start obviously opening up within the next couple months as people do get vaccinated and we reach that herd immunity. But right now, yeah, there's still so much happening, and it would be nice to be there, but um, we're
yeah,
getting
it's crazy. I know I got my Sunday I go for my second vaccine shot.
Ooh, that's exciting.
yeah.
It is exciting. I was excited to get the first one. I'm like,
That's
yeah,
very exciting.
and now I Sunday I get my second shot and then you got to wait the 14 days and then after the 14 days you're fully vaccinated. And right now I think you almost have to have the shot, the vaccine, or you have to have a negative test to go to any events, to go to
Mhm.
ball games. Like baseball is starting, so they're opening up the ballparks, a limited capacity, but you have to have proof that you've been vaccinated or you have a negative COVID test within what 72 hours of the event or something like that. So,
Mhm.
That's
yeah,
incredible though that there are going to be fans in the stands. I
yeah,
love that.
yeah. I was
It
just
makes
reading
it
because
great.
obviously, we're a big baseball family here, and City Field in New York with the Mets is now going to have fans. I read that today, so that's
Wow.
good. But I didn't realize that Canada was as closed down as you say they are.
Mhm.
Just didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You guys doing okay though? Because you know what? It kind of gets to you after a while.
It does get to you. It's tough. Like I was saying the other day, I watch a lot of Netflix and I see people interacting on Netflix. I'm not interacting with the people, but at least I'm seeing people interacting. So it's strange how you can kind of get somewhat of that feeling from that, but it's not the same. I'm ready to like get out and meet people in person and come visit you guys in the studio and stuff like that and perform and do shows and normal.
Yeah. Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. It's just because that's your livelihood. That's what you do.
Mhm.
That's what you love. And it's just like you're stuck in the house. But you
Mhm.
have created a great studio with the white headphones, the pink, and the keyboards and
Exactly.
yeah. So do you take time and go down there in the basement and just like jam, play? Is that where you kind of
Hours.
put down hours at it? Yeah.
Hours, like every
Mhm.
day. Yeah.
Mhm. Wow.
So we spend a lot of time down here. It's not the warmest, but like I've got a little blanket like that I'm sitting on right now and
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
we do our thing and we make sure that we're sounding good and feeling good for when we do shows again, which hopefully will be soon.
It's going to be pretty soon.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Getting me
How did
excited.
it when Reckless hit the radio? Do you remember where you were when you first heard it on the radio?
I think we were in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
it was really nice. And we were just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And we were like turning it up and like the song, a song is like it's short and it felt like really short. So we were just like, oh, it's done already. Like,
Call
so
them up. Can you play it again?
yeah, like it just feels so short. It feels like it just like goes by really fast.
Yeah. Well, it does because it's such a good song.
Thank you.
All things just kind of fly by when that happens. But in that reaction that you had was like, oh my God, that's us, and just cranking it up, and hard to believe that
Mhm.
you're on the radio.
Yeah,
Exactly. I think I have like a video of it in my car just being like, "Oh, it's playing." Like all the stickers in my car too, so I'm like, "Okay."
Aw.
I love it. I love
Well,
it.
all that hard work, you put a lot of effort into that, a lot of time into that, and your heart and soul is into that. So when you finally get to hear, that level of achievement, you have to celebrate. I'd be jumping out the windows of the car. My song's on the radio.
Yeah, we should have jumped out the no.
No,
No
no,
one's
you
jumping
didn't.
out the window. I don't even think we rolled down the windows. Maybe it was cold out or something.
Mhm.
So if we weren't in the pandemic right now, if none of this was happening, and you could get out and do something besides playing music, all right, besides playing music, what would you be doing?
Besides
Y-
playing music.
Yeah, like to go out and have some fun. What would you two ladies be doing?
well, shopping would be nice, like going to a physical store,
Yeah.
going to a mall, going to a movie theater, having that experience. We watch so much Netflix in the same room. It'd be
Mhm.
really nice to just like go to a different room to watch TV. And I know that's weird because it's kind of like we're watching so much TV, but those are like little things that you miss, like just being out, being at a bar listening to music there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um,
And talking to other people too, right? I think like human interaction is a basic need.
Mhm.
And we do have each other, which is nice. But sometimes you just want another person to have a conversation with, and it doesn't have to be a
Mhm.
long conversation, but even 15-20 minutes, and
Mhm.
you feel some, I mean, after this I'm going to feel so much better being able to talk to you guys.
Mark, it's great to see you. Marvel, you're awesome. Hey, I love it. I love it that we have this connection. And this goes back to probably one of the good things that came out of what the heck? Deb, what are you doing? One of the good things that came out of the pandemic is I think a year ago, we probably would have never thought that we'd be doing interviews this way. That I know it happens once in a while, but this has become a way of life for me. And probably for you guys as entertainers and being artists and songwriters, talking to different people in the business, such as me in the radio business and Deb in the country music fan club business. That who would have ever thought that we'd be doing this? It's
I
just
would have never have guessed.
no,
Like
but it's
not
worked
for a
out.
second.
No, exactly. And this has worked out. And then we've talked to so many different artists. We've done a lot of great interviews, and everybody has said the same thing that thank God we have this. Thank God we can
Mhm.
do this. Thank God we I'm bringing you guys on tonight so people know that you're still there. Not that you ever, you know what I mean? Just expose you to our viewers and our listeners and to the country music fan club. So, I mean, we wouldn't have been able to do this. Plus, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and Deb, that with the pandemic, you've been able to, you said you've been doing a lot of writing, probably a lot more writing than you would have done if we didn't have the pandemic. So you have a lot in the way of music or ideas ready to go, maybe enough for a whole album. Maybe you can even go from there, expand even further. So
Yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot of songs, but I don't know when we're going to put that album together because I think it has to be a magical
mhm,
gel and timing and all that kind of stuff that just works.
mhm.
So stay tuned for it.
Yeah, I can tell Gordy's already in love with you guys. He says Reckless is awesome. I'm reading Gordy. Gordy's on when we talk to a lot of the different artists, and Gordy is a music guy. He definitely loves country. He definitely loves good music, and so and now that he sees your website, I'm sure he will support you, and you've got a new fan, so that's cool. Correct me if I'm wrong here as well. Do you have Hulu in Canada? You do not, right?
Oh, we don't. We have Netflix. We have Amazon. I'm doing a whole ad, I suppose, for all these because I'm talking about it. But
Mhm, mhm.
Netflix, Amazon,
Crave.
Crave, which
Okay, I
all
don't know what Crave is.
have Crave. So what even is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It carries like HBO and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have the pay channels. I get that with the HBO and Cinemax and those type of
yeah. So
channels.
that's like it's kind of connected with Crave, and it's called Crave. I don't know.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, there's so many different things. Even within Amazon, like they have their own channels that you can get. I don't know. We're watching Nancy Drew,
Mhm.
and that's through Amazon, but it's like another channel you have to get on Amazon. Whatever. We were trying to find Nancy Drew because we love Nancy Drew, and
Uh-huh.
it's really
Riverdale.
good. Riverdale's
Riverdale.
on
Yeah.
Netflix for us, but it is very similar to Riverdale.
Yeah. Are there you said Riverdale, but what other shows have you been like just watching all the episodes? I just had a brain fart. I can't think of the word. I'm
Binge.
Binging.
Yeah, we've been binging.
binging. There it is. Binge watching.
Binge watching Nancy Drew, binge watching Riverdale. We watched the Queen's Gambit. My
Hmm.
sister's really into chess.
I'm very into
So,
chess. I'm the sister.
yeah,
Really?
that's the sister I was talking about.
I'm the sister that's really into chess. It's
Wow.
funny, my grandfather, like, before he passed, was teaching me to play when I was, like, 5 or 6 years old,
Oh my
and it
God.
was just something that, like, we would end up doing together, so we would sit at the table and we would play chess, and everybody else was just, like, playing and hanging out and doing their own thing, but he just really wanted to play chess with me, and I got good pretty quick because when you're that young, you pick it up
Yeah.
faster.
See, I don't have the patience for chess. Chess is just too much concentration or something. I don't have that patience.
Have you ever played Catan?
I've never played Catan.
That if you play chess and you have a lot of patience for that, because
Mhm.
Catan is probably a 2 to 3 hour game if you have a solid 4 people, but it's awesome. You should try that in your
Yeah.
spare time.
Well, I've been actually really into, like, online you can play with other people on chess.com, and I'm on there for whoever wants to
Ooh.
find me.
Oh.
Ooh.
And I play with other people, but I like the short games. So I
Mm.
play
Mhm.
like speed chess. So it'd be a 10-minute game, 5 minutes for each player. And by then I'm usually like, okay, I'm done.
Oh.
Arlo, you're not into the chess thing, I would assume.
No, I find I'm bad at it, so that just makes me not like it. But I think I've had so many people just be like, "Oh, let's play chess," and then they just end up like beating me in 4 rounds because they know what they're doing, and I just gave up. That's it.
Chris.
I think it's
I got you.
practice though. I mean, the more you practice, the better you get at it. It's like I think they say the 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours of something and then you can be pretty good at it.
Mhm. Mhm. Wow. It's just I don't know. I don't have the patience, but hey, I think it's cool. And I did, watching it on Netflix was, that was pretty interesting. And I'm trying to think, what did I watched Ozark?
Yeah,
Um,
we watched that. That was good.
oh
Is there such a
gosh.
thing in Bridgerton?
Yes, thank you. Watch
I
that.
knew I was going to say it was something with a B. I couldn't remember what
Yeah.
it was.
My wife is in love with what who's the gentleman that played the Duke of
I forget, but that was good.
We're
Yes.
watching Versailles right now, which is really good.
okay.
It's really crazy. I don't want to give away too much, but like
No,
there
no.
are lots of twists and turns, and it's based off of history, but it's crazy the way that they put it together is just really well done.
Yes.
What's the name of that one?
It's called
Versailles.
Versailles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
That's really
it's
Yeah,
really good.
absolutely. So as we're chatting with the Ashley sisters here tonight, they're single, of course. I'll get you back again.
Yes.
I had to look at my notes, but I got it right. I'll get you back again. It is out. It came out a couple of weeks ago. You're going to hear it here in the cues here pretty quick. And just great stuff. And these two young ladies, man, I tell you, it's so much talent. And check out the website, ashleysisters.com. What can we find on the website?
Oh, you can find our new single on the website. We have
Okay.
all of the different streams, the Deezer, the Apple Music, the Spotify, Amazon Music, all that kind of stuff, all the good stuff. As well, there's more photos on there and some
Mhm.
information, tour dates when that becomes available, and our social medias.
Mhm.
Yes.
How soon do you think you'll head back to Nashville once they open things up? Once they say you can go across the border, you're going to like say, I'm out?
Yeah, ASAP.
Do you usually drive or fly? You fly, I would imagine.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
fly there.
That
Wow.
would be quite a drive, actually.
It would, and it's a pretty quick flight. So
Mhm.
Mhm.
We'll drive into New York though.
yes,
If we're coming into New York, we'll do that.
we'll drive to see
Okay.
Skip.
Mhm.
Yes, please. Please
Syracuse.
do.
Yes.
Where you go, come to Syracuse, fly out of the queues. We'll take you to lunch, do whatever we got to do, and then we'll say, get on the plane and go.
There you go.
We'll
That's
make it
true,
work.
we could, but then we have our car.
Well, you know what? Get a rental car and drop it at the airport.
True, can get a rental car. That's true.
Mm.
But the
Just
thing is, when you have a car, you put too
You-
much luggage in
You
it.
you do
You overpack.
pack extra. Yep.
No.
Exactly, because you
I
have
am
all of this
top
space.
culprit for that.
Yes.
A bag, one bag, underwear,
Well, you're a guy. It's
Yeah,
different.
what are you talking about?
some
Wendy?
socks, and maybe couple shirts. You're good to go.
Shoes. But then you get hung up on the shoes. Like what
That's
shoes
it.
did you bring? So-
Exactly. But then all your face stuff, you have to wash your face,
Yeah.
right? You have to brush your teeth, all that stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, you need your toiletries, but I mean, hey,
Not that much room.
It takes up so much room for me. I don't know why.
I know we go through that all the time. We decide to go on a little bit of a vacation. It's like I got my one suitcase, my wife's got two. It's like seriously.
So that's
You know,
normal.
well, I shouldn't, but she's got the big one. It's not really two, but it's a big suitcase, and it's like seriously.
Well, we need to have choices because you don't know how you're going to feel on a certain day. Do I feel like these pants or these shorts and they're fitting? I'm not feeling like I can relate. He just can't relate.
There's also
Guys,
too. Like you want
yeah,
to be comfortable with like having
the
layers
weather. Yes.
I remember when we went to Nashville the first time, it was freezing cold, and I thought I was going to a hot place, right? I was so
Mm.
naive. And we ended up buying winter jackets when we were there. And it
Mhm.
was like in March or April.
Well, that's
So
the other thing. I mean, you can always go and buy something.
true, but then you need the suitcase to pack it back in.
Leave it there. Give it to Goodwill. and go home.
Oh, when you buy it, you like it. You want to.
That's right.
Well,
I think guys and girls do shopping a little differently.
They do.
do you have a favorite place to shop while in Nashville?
Oh, in Nashville.
We do. What's that mall called? The mall.
Green Hills?
Opry Mall.
Maybe it's the Opry Mall.
Yeah, I think it is the Opry Mall.
I like that mall.
They have a lot of outlet stores there too.
Is it Opry Mills?
Opry Mills Mall, maybe.
Something like
It's
that.
so yeah.
Plus Green Hills is there's a pretty good mall over in that part. I remember that. So
And you can't forget Broadway because there are some really cool stores on Broadway too.
there's a great boot shop.
Yes.
Very
You have a pair?
I have a pair, yes. I don't wear them all that often, but I do have a pair.
You look super cool with like cowboy boots. I don't think I've ever seen you in cowboy boots.
Mm. Let me ask you this from a woman's perspective. Do you like cowboy boots that are pointed or square toed?
For comfort,
Square.
square.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in agreement.
Yeah. How
Yes.
about you?
Square.
Yeah.
Square. I had a pair that were pointed at one time, and really, spend any time in those boots. Yeah, they may look cool, but when you get to spend some time in them, your feet hurt.
Yeah.
Well, the secret is you got to buy them like 1 or 2 sizes too big, and then they fit great. That's usually what I do.
I did hear that a while back.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care what size I'm getting as long as they're feeling comfortable on my feet. So if you see me walking around with these big shoes, you know why.
What's your favorite place to eat? Where is your favorite place to eat in Nashville?
Oh, that's a tough
That's
one.
a really
We've gone
tough
to so
one.
many different places.
Yeah.
We really liked Rock Bottom, but then we went there the next time, and then it wasn't as good. So then we were confused.
I'm an IHOP fan. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
love IHOP. So I just go there and I know that I'm going to get a really good omelet and a great breakfast with some potatoes and a nice cup of tea and everything tastes fresh and it's hot and I don't even have to think,
Mhm.
which is nice.
Well, now they have that new Fifth and Broadway that just opened up
Oh, yes.
downtown. So I'm looking forward to checking that out.
And
Yeah,
Miranda's bar, she's gonna.
And
open
Miranda's
too.
Bar.
Mhm.
Yep.
See, I kind of wonder about all that though, because you got Miranda's bar, you got Kid Rock's bar, you got Dirk Bentley's bar, you've got Jason Aldean's bar. There's so many of those now that, and that people probably think, we're going to go there. We'll see Jason Aldean tending bar. And it's not going to happen. You know what I mean?
Would be cool though.
It would be cool. And I'm not saying he hasn't done that. I'm sure, maybe some night somebody might get lucky and there's Jason Aldean checking out his place. I get that. Just like when Toby Keith had Toby Keith's Bar and Grill, although he had somebody else running it, somebody else owned it, I guess, and they were using his name, but he still, because they were using his name, it had to meet a certain standard. And
Right.
he made sure that everything was on the up and up. But,
It's like the Wahlburgers.
so yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I've been down on Broadway when Kid Rock has been in his bar. 'Cause he has his own little closed off room and you could see him from the street. So he'll hang in there with his guests and he'll be overlooking everything, which I think is great. He's checking in on things.
Yeah,
It's
no,
great.
that's good. That's cool.
Love that.
That's cool. All right, here's a big question for you.
I'm worried
Big
now.
question. You guys ready?
I don't know.
All
Am
right.
I?
It's not bad. It's not bad. All right, as an artist, if you had a chance to sit down with another female artist, doesn't matter who it is, who would that be?
Miranda Lambert.
Okay. And why Miranda?
I think she's so cool. I really do.
Mhm.
I'd definitely be in awe of her if I met her.
All right, Lauren.
Really tough one.
Any
Like
female?
currently, like
No, it doesn't have to be current. It could be any country female artist.
any country female artist. Maybe June Carter Cash. I don't know.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And why would you say that?
She, she writes a lot and just picking her brain about her inspiration and her voice. And I love how she also plays an instrument. And that's something I can relate to as well. I'm not saying that others don't, but just
Right.
what certain things that would draw me to her.
There's a very popular answer. Usually when we ask this question of our female guest artist, they say one of the most popular is, go ahead, Deb.
Carrie Underwood?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Yeah.
Yep.
She's amazing too. I mean, it's hard. It really was hard to choose.
It is hard.
I know.
It was really tough. I mean, I also love Carrie Underwood. There's just so many amazing female artists out there. It was really difficult to pick one, but I went with that one because I just love the song she wrote for Johnny. And
Yes. Somebody else said that here not too long ago.
really,
Cash. Yeah. Which I thought was very cool. You're absolutely right with her. Her talents and everything about her is just phenomenal. Have you ladies had a chance to sit with anybody and just, I mean, I know I asked you that question, but Anybody that like you say, oh my God, I can't believe we're sitting here talking to whoever. Have you ever, just hanging out, maybe at a show or something like that?
Well, we've met Lady
Yeah.
Gaga. That
Love
was
Lady Gaga.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I would love to meet Miranda. Honestly, like that's
Was
probably that's obviously that's my number one. Like, I don't know if she's hearing this, but if she ever hears this, but I'd love to meet her. Just like she just seems like such a cool person and such a nice person, and she's so talented. And
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
she's down to earth too, like you can just tell, like she's just like one of those people that's just got it all figured out.
Absolutely.
And she has a big heart for animals, which is awesome.
Yes, I love that as well.
Do you have pets?
We got a little guy.
It's a
Well,
That
dog.
sounded weird.
yeah, that was a little different, but okay. What do you have? Is it a dog? Cat?
It's
Rat?
a dog.
Hamster. No?
He's
Hamster?
a dog.
Guinea pig?
Oh, okay. It's a dog. Okay. But they're laughing. So how little is your guy?
He's about 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's all fluffy and white and
Aw,
just cuddly and adorable.
I love it.
He's actually pretty old for a dog.
Yeah.
He is 16.
Oh,
going on
yeah.
17, so
Yeah. And everything's okay though, health wise, the dog, because you're right, 16 is a lot for
Mhm.
for a dog.
he has
No,
health issues,
we have dogs, so I know exactly where you're coming from, and they're a part of the fam. And
He is part of the fam.
yeah, then when they hit a certain age, it's like you can just see them starting to fail a little bit. Deb just went through that recently, dog, and it's just it breaks your heart.
It does
Mhm.
break your heart. I mean, he, has to take his medication every day and we got to keep an eye on him, but he's happy and
That's
wagging
all
his
that matters.
tail and just
Mhm.
having a great life. So, as long as that's the case.
Show them love.
Exactly.
Mhm. And what is his name?
Scruffy.
Scruffy?
Yeah.
Scruffy.
Yeah.
Scruffy.
Scruffy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a lot of
No,
nicknames.
I mean no, everybody's different. I mean, I have a Miley named after Miley Cyrus because Zach named Miley.
I love that.
And we have a Nike. Nike is a rescue, and when we got him from the rescue, he was called Nike. So instead of confusing him and by starting off with another name, we just said, you know what, let's just keep Nike.
What
So,
would you have called him?
oh my God, that's a good question. I
Cyrus?
love it. I don't know. We actually we had a couple of ideas, but we decided just to continue to just call him Nike because he had been in the pound for a little bit, and that's what they were calling him, and he was trained, and you call him Nike, he comes, he'll run to you. He's a good dog. So I don't know what else. I can't remember what we were going to name him, but it's been a little over a year now. So
Well, I lost the vote because I wanted to call Scruffy Elvis. But I
Aw.
lost.
Did the whole family outvote you?
Yeah. And he like shakes. So I'm like, oh, you're all shook up.
oh,
Aw.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so great to catch up with you two. Really, I know we're just kind of rambling on here, but it's like, we haven't seen each other in a while. Last time was in Nashville, and just to know that you got a new song out there. When they came to me and said, "Hey, you want to talk to the Ashley sisters?" I couldn't turn that down. I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And you guys look great. Love your music, and we will support the new single. And just great stuff with you two. Just smile. You guys, it's just, I know that the pandemic gets you down. I love what you do. And I love this is the first artist that we've had come on that's not sitting on their couch.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You've got the microphones and the headphones, as I mentioned before, the white. You guys are matching. You can tell you're sisters, and you're very, very talented. Very talented. I don't know if we have a couple. Yes, I know the Ashley sisters. Bam.
Mhm.
Deb, you got a couple quick questions or before we say goodbye?
Always have a couple. We try to do a few fun questions at the end. So let's see. One of them is, what is the best way to spend a rainy day?
I like drinking hot chocolate. and
Ooh,
maybe reading a book or watching a Netflix show.
I haven't read
You
a
know what?
book in forever.
What's
I'm
that,
okay
Lauren?
to go out in the I'm okay to go out in the rain, you know? Just put my jacket on and head out there. And sometimes it's so peaceful just to be out
Mhm,
in the rain. Obviously, not if it's thundering, that's not nice. But, you
mhm.
know, when it's like just a nice light rain, I love it. It's
I
refreshing. It
think
feels good.
thunderstorms are cool as long as there's no damage.
Yeah.
But I lightning and the thunder, it's kind of like sometimes I'll watch that from the
Mhm.
backyard,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
like, wow, this is
amazing.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
hear
I
you.
love
love sitting on the front porch. What's that?
we love doing that as well.
Yeah.
We have a song that revolves around that. So that's funny that you brought it up and, you know, seeing some beautiful storms as well, but I don't like being outside for them.
Mm-mm.
So, as long as
No,
I'm
we're
in.
just talking yesterday because we're getting rain here today and it's kind of cool out. And we thought, if it was raining and we were walking outside in the summer, like a nice warm day and it's raining, it seems like just so refreshing. I don't know if that's a word, refreshing, but it's just so naturistic or so relaxing. I don't know. It's like I totally would do that as well. So
Would
Exactly.
you walk with Scruffy in the rain?
Goes out rain
He
or
doesn't like
shine.
the rain though. He doesn't really
No.
like it.
I knit him a sweater, which he does wear, and on the cold days. But it's interesting because like his arms and legs, he doesn't like bending them, so it's just like a body sweater, like around here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a good segue. If your dog could talk, what would your dog say about you or you both?
Ooh.
I love
Or
you, but stop bothering me.
Feed me more food.
I want
yes.
treat, treat, treat.
Treat,
Treat
treat,
me.
treat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's something that someone does to their dog or their cat or whatever all the time, and you would think the animal would say, like, stop picking me up sideways or something like that.
He
Um,
loves music though. Like we'll be playing
Wow.
the piano and he's coming to like sit by the piano. He likes certain songs that we play, so he'll come like sit by us to listen to them. So he's a very musical dog. I mean, he's grown up with music his whole life. So
that's awesome. Well, you know what's kind of cool? I mean, because he's 16. My dog just passed, she was 15, and that dog has been with you through like your whole childhood almost, into adulthood. So that they're a huge part of your life there.
Mhm.
exactly.
Um,
And he loves Beethoven, so it's
oh,
a thing.
Oh, wow.
It's a thing. Yes.
Well, and when you say there's music in the family, it's in the family
it's in there.
all the
Yes.
way up through. I love it. I love it. And real quick before we let you go, I do have a question. How many instruments do you play, Lauren?
I play bass and piano and
Okay.
sing as well. I can play other instruments, but those are like my go-tos.
I got you. Marlo?
I play piano, guitar. I have played bass in the past.
Yeah. Okay.
What else?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I used to play drums for a bit, but
okay. All right.
I
Now, do
play
you have a
guitar.
regular band that you guys get together with? So you do have a drummer and you have the other
Yeah.
parts? Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Are they there in Canada as well, or are they in Nashville?
They're in Canada
Yeah.
as well, but they do go to Nashville. They did tour with the cast of Nashville. I think that was their
Oh,
last
wow. Okay.
tour, if I can recall correctly. Yeah, they're great.
And you talk about the cast of Nashville. I know the show is not on any longer, but did you guys have any parts in that at all? Just if it was a cameo or anything? Because so many people had cameos in that show. I'd be watching it and I go, oh my gosh, there's so and so, or oh my gosh, that's from whatever radio station or whatever. So
Unfortunately, not.
No, we're
But
not.
we did love watching it.
yeah, cool. Well, ladies, you're awesome. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here tonight. We're going to get going, but when we go off the air here, stay right there. We want to talk to you for a couple of minutes. But it's been a pleasure seeing you both. I mean, it seems like just yesterday in Nashville, but then again, it seems like it was so long ago. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's a weird feeling.
Totally.
So, and just sitting in front of that fireplace doing the interview in the Omni, then heading down to bar lines, sitting on my stool. But just great to see you guys and the music, and just keep doing what you're doing. You got a lot of talent, And
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for having us. I mean, this was so much fun, and it flew by. I mean, has it been an hour already? I feel like
that's
it's
been
been
an
10
hour.
minutes. No way.
Now, if this was my wife, she'd be going, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's about time."
Well, this is great. It's like you came over, we had some coffee, sitting at the table or sitting in the living room,
You know,
getting caught up, chit-chatting.
we're in Deb's
Perfect.
living room. We're in Deb's living room.
Deb's living room. I will tell you though, I'll probably be down in my basement probably by, I think my deadline date is May 1st because I'm going to have a house full of family living with me this summer. So
It's about time.
it's my kick in the butt.
I've been helping her build a studio in her basement, just giving her advice and this and that. And she's supposed to be getting it done. So she doesn't have to sit there with a living room in the background. She'll have her own little room in the basement to do these things. But as you can see, it hasn't.
Slow going. I had a really good start and now I've been on a little bit of a slow pitch for a while. We'll get there.
We'll
You
get-
might
I
miss
keep
the
telling
living room, though, Skip.
What's that, Lauren?
Might be missing that living room vibe.
Yeah, I know. It does like I'm jealous.
I'll fix it up downstairs
Yes,
nicely.
last week she finally took down the Christmas decoration that was across the
I know I did.
television.
Don't laugh, but we have a few Christmas decorations up. We didn't even realize it. And we're saying the other night, oh my God, we got to get these down. We need to put the spring stuff up. So this weekend, that's our job.
Well,
That's exciting. Spring fever.
Mhm.
fever, and spring is Saturday, so that's a good thing. And I can tell you the way it works in my house before we let you go. I know we just ramble on, we have a great conversation, but it's so yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and we have a shamrock in our front window that lights up and all that. My son Zach is all about the holiday. It doesn't matter what day it is. If it's a special day, he celebrates. And so we had the shamrock up. Well, that came down. Now the Easter bunny's already up. And now we got all our Easter decorations out around the house. That's how, when Zach is so punctual with that, he's like, that's it. Saint Prick. He calls it St. Prick's Day because that was the text I got, not purposely, but it was kind of funny. And, once the day was done yesterday, that's it. It had to come down before he went to bed, and he had to put up the Easter bunny. So
I love that too, though. He's so organized.
I don't know where he gets
Way more organized than I am, that's for sure.
but you're going to say me.
No. Yeah, more organized than you two, but he's way ahead. I mean, I'm still on Christmas and he's on Easter.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It's Marlo and Lauren, the Ashley sisters. I'm blah, blah, blah. The AshleySisters.com is the website. Get the music. I don't know if you got merch up there or not, but support these ladies. It's tough when we're in a pandemic. They're in Canada and they are still shut down. We're very lucky here. We've opened up. They have not. So they need all the help that you can give them. And the music comes out, buy their music, and just do it. Become a fan. You will not be disappointed. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Stay right there.
Not moving.
Bye-bye.